Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Fola. If this is your first time stopping by, you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. I love you. Today I'm going to be doing a question and answer. I've picked some questions from my YouTube comments and I'm going to be answering them. They're not a lot, probably less than 15 questions. So this video should be really quick. And I hope that the answers, me answering these questions, will help you and give you more clarification from whatever video these questions are for. They are majorly immigration questions. So if you're interested in seeing answers to some of these questions, stay tuned and we're gonna get started. So the first question I'm gonna answer is under the video, do not study in Canada for 1 year. And the question says, what about reapplying to another program after 1 year? Yes, you can always reapply to another program after 1 year. A lot of people come to Canada and they do a 1 year diploma or 1 year graduate certificate program. And immediately after that, they take another second 1 year program. To Canadian government, that is you studying for 2 years and that makes you eligible for 3 years postgraduate work permit because you've studied for 2 years, which means 1 year postgraduate certificate and you get another postgraduate certificate. So absolutely, if you take one more program after your 1 year postgraduate diploma or your 1 year master's, you qualify for 3 years postgraduate work permit, which according to this video that I made, will make getting a permanent residency in Canada way easier for you than studying for 1 year and trying to find a job in that 1 year period and all of that. The second question I'm gonna answer is under my AIPP video and it says, hello Fola, please which of the IELTS is required, general or academic? If you watch this video, I already stated this. For AIPP, you need general IELTS. I try to make my videos very explicit. I try to give all of the information you need. If I've said in the video that the answer is general, that means it is only general. So I hope that answers your question. The third question that I have here is on the universities in Nova Scotia and their tuition fees. And this person says, thanks for sharing. Please, what are the courses you can recommend for future international students coming to Nova Scotia? This is a very interesting question because a lot of people have started saying, know the program you come study in Canada. And we all know tech is the big thing now. Everybody's saying do tech, do software engineering, do data analysis, do UX design, do all of that. Well, I acknowledge that tech is blowing up right now and a lot of the big things, a lot of jobs now are in technology, a lot of good paying jobs are in technology. I'm also for one to not throw away any of the jobs. There are loads of people who do not also work in tech. And now to answer this question, I'm gonna say come to Canada to study what you love. And let me find a way to make it easier. Come to Canada to study what you love while also taking a look at the market to make sure that what you love can put money in your pocket and put food on your table. If you love language, and you want to do a master's in linguistics, make sure you've done enough research to figure out that, okay, when I get my master's in linguistics, what are my options? I'm not going to tell you to come to Canada and come study only computer science. It makes zero sense because what if you don't love computer science? For example, I don't know anything about computer science. Because everyone has a six-figure job of doing computer science does not mean I'm going to come to Canada to study computer science. So I'll just say, come to Canada to study programs that you love while also putting at the back of your mind that, okay, even though I love this program, at the end of the day, will I be able to get a job doing this program? At the end of the day, is Canada favorable for this program? So just study whatever you love. Do whatever you love. If you love psychology, come study psychology. If you love sociology, come study sociology. People are working in HR, marketing, a lot of industries that are not technology related. Even these courses, you can still find them in technology industries. So just come here, pick a good course for yourself that you love and that you think has prospects, and I think you'll be making the right decision. I think so. Moving on to the next question. I don't remember the number now, but moving on to the next question. This is also under my AIPP video. It says, who applies for endorsement, employer or me? So For endorsement, your employer will give you documents to apply for it. So you can either take the documents yourself and submit to the province, or your employer can submit for you. My first endorsement, after my employer gave me all of their designation information and everything, I took it to the government. I took it to the government office downtown and I submitted it myself. My second endorsement, they submitted for me because COVID already happened at that point, and they just sent it to the government's email address or post. I don't remember how they did it. So anyone can apply for it. Whoever is applying for it, just make sure the document is complete so that it's not returned as incomplete document. The next question is on the universities in Nova Scotia and their tuition fees. It says, hi, I'm trying to apply to Dalhousie University, and it says international students have to pay up to $5,000 per term. So I'm thinking, what type of scam is this? After paying tuition of $12,000, how do international students cope by paying up to $5,000 per term? Please, can someone help with an answer? I would like to know what type of scam this is. I don't know the specifics of what this person is saying, but if it's on the Dalhousie website, it is not a scam. It is what they want. Now, to the question that I think I see from here is, how do international students cope by paying $5,000 per term? You need to know that an average person that comes to study in Canada has a bit of money, or they have plans on how to get money. I've made 1,000,001 videos, exaggeration, that specifies that studying in Canada is not cheap. That is the crux of everything that is related to studying in Canada. It is not cheap. How do international students afford it? They have parents. They probably saved from their jobs. They have inheritances. They sold their properties. They come here to work multiple ways. Is it fair that these people are making us pay so much money? I don't know if it's fair. It's their decision to make. But yeah, international students they obviously can afford it because we have a lot of them here. So it's not the easiest, but people save for it. People sell their properties for it. People have rich parents. They have rich jobs. They have rich employers sponsoring them. So yes, that's how people apply for it. And I don't think it's scam. I just think that's what the university wants. Another question is, I have a question about the international graduate program. Do I still qualify if I get 2 separate degrees or diploma? For example, I do a 1-year postgraduate diploma and I do another 1-year postgraduate diploma, or must it be continuous 2-year program? This is under the AIPP video. I'm gonna assume that you still qualify because it is 2 years and it is continuous, which means if you get a 1-year PGD program and you finish your term in April and you start a new one in September, that is continuous because you took summer break off. It's not like you took 10 years in between. So I'm gonna assume that the answer to that question is that you qualify for international graduate program for Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. I think so. You can also check their website to confirm because I think they probably changed the rules and I haven't read up on it in a while. This one is under the Move to Canada as a Caregiver video. It says, thank you for this very informative video. However, I have a question. So if you move to Canada with your family, can your spouse get a job since it's one person that has the work permit? So when you move to Canada with your spouse, they get an open work permit, which means yes, they can get a job. And I feel like this applies to every immigration stream that Canada offers. I feel like this applies to every immigration stream that Canada offers. Even as a student, if you move to Canada and you move with your partner is eligible to apply for an open work permit and they can get a job. I feel like I also explained this in that video, so maybe you can watch it again and get better clarifications. The next question is on the Do Not Study in Canada for 1 year, and it says, how could you afford 1-year masters after 1-year PGD? Money is really a big issue, and I'm not gonna lie, money is big, but how can you afford it? I would say that it's not easy, but I don't know. I haven't done it, but people do it. Let's paint a scenario. So if you come to Canada for a 1-year masters and you have your 1-year fee sorted, like, okay, you're coming to Canada, your fees, your tuition fee has been paid, your accommodation has been paid. if you can pick up a part-time job, or even now, this is a good time because international students can work full-time, unlimited hours, even during school term till December 2023, if I remember well. So I would say if you can pick up hours and you start working, you can save up money and maybe save up a little bit towards the second PGD, and maybe you can reach out to families to help you, or I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you've done this, so you can help this person figure out how they can afford another degree after they finish one degree. I really don't know how. I really do not like responding to hate comments. I don't get a lot of that, maybe once in 5 months, but I really want to respond to this one. And the person commented, voluntary slavery, shameful. This comment is very hilarious to me because Nigerians, and the name of this person is Niger Princess, and they have the Nigerian flag after. Nigerians are very, for people that are poor, they're very elitist, classist. Like, if you're not working a blue-collar job, Nigerians don't rate you, which is really silly to me. I love Canada because there's dignity in labor. Like, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being a caregiver. There's nothing wrong with being a cleaner. There's nothing wrong with doing menial jobs. Nigerians have a problem that if it's not a job that you're wearing suits and blazers, you're not doing the right job. And the crazy thing is, they don't give a shit. They do not care if that white-collar job is only paying you $10,000 per year. They will still rate it over people being caregivers and making good money. Have you seen what trades people are making in Canada? Carpenters, construction people, these people are easily making 6 figures in this country, and they're not wearing suits to work. And there are many people who are wearing suits to work that are making minimum wage. So saying that people who want to come to Canada as caregivers is voluntary slavery and that is shameful is such a Nigerian thing. I don't care about that anymore. My first job in Canada was me literally delivering packages with UPS, and that time I started that job, I used to care about, oh my god, how do people see me? How can I be doing that? I don't even have to do this. But I have reached that stage that I don't give a hoot what job I do. As long as I can pay my bills, I can save money, and I can help my friends and family, and I can feel good about myself, I don't care. You can decide to wear your suit every day and earn 40,000 naira per month. Good for you. But if people want to come to Canada as caregivers and make money for their family, let them do it. There's nothing shameful about it, and you should be ashamed of yourself, Niger Princess with the fake Nigerian flag. Okay. The next question that I have is under the pros and cons of living or studying in Nova Scotia, and they say, please, how can I get an apartment in advance in Nova Scotia, like 1-room rental, as I look forward to coming very soon? This is a nice question. For people who want to come to Canada and you need an apartment in advance, it is not the easiest process, because a lot of people a lot of landlords, a lot of people who own apartments who you want to live with would like to see you and know what kind of person you are before giving you an apartment. But it is also not impossible. I would advise that you check websites like Kijiji, Craigslist. If you're coming to Nova Scotia, check property companies like Killam Properties, Templeton, and they're all out. Just pop it into Google. You're gonna see some apartments. Go into kijiji.ca, put in 1-bedroom apartment in Halifax and Toronto, wherever you're going to see rooms available or apartments available. Kijiji is my go-to. I love Kijiji. There's also Facebook Marketplace. I've been seeing a lot of apartments, people posting their apartments on Facebook Marketplace now, so that might also be a good place for you. But if all of that doesn't work, I'll just say come here, get an Airbnb for like 2 weeks or 1 week, and it might be easier for you when they see you face to face or they know that you're in the country. I hope that helped. The next question is under the video, can I work over 20 hours as an international student? And it says, okay, thanks for this, but can I bring in my dependent, that is spouse, and she works full-time? Is it possible for me as an international student to bring my spouse in here? I think I already answered some sort of this question. Yes, as an international student, you can bring your spouse to Canada and they would be on open work permit, spousal open work permit. And then you can also bring your kids. If you're of school age, they'll have to get a student visa. If they are not of school age, they'll have to get a visitor's visa. And your spouse can work. And guess what? Your spouse can even work while you're going to school, qualify, and sponsor you guys for permanent residency while you are still in school. It has happened before. People's spouses have done that. So that's the good thing about Canada. Another person says, Canada became so expensive that people are leaving the country. Thank you for bringing this up. I've been wanting to talk about it. This country is now freaking expensive. Canada is very expensive. Even before inflation and everything, Canada has always been an expensive country. Tuition is expensive, cost of living is expensive, and the fact that we have to pay tax on everything we do and we buy is expensive. Like, we're like triple taxed. We pay tax when we make our salary. We collect the salary after they've taxed it. We still pay tax on the tax that they've taxed. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Canada is expensive, but it's still such a beautiful country that we are surviving. Also, we have to know that this tax helps the people in the community. I personally don't get mad about tax. I am not mad about paying taxes. In fact, for lack of a better word, I don't mind paying taxes. I don't enjoy it, but it is something that I don't think about because my taxes is subsidizing the lives of people who cannot work. Who knows? I can get into an accident tomorrow and I'm not able to work. Somebody's taxes will be paying for my lifestyle till I can get back to work. And so I'm not mad about taxes. The taxes we're paying here is what makes the country good, is what makes everybody okay. But yeah, it is expensive. Two things can happen at the same time. I can decide to not be mad about taxes, and I can also agree that things are expensive. So unfortunately, Canada is expensive, but it's not really that much different from every other country. United States is expensive. United Kingdom is expensive. Heck, Nigeria is expensive, and you get nothing for how expensive it is. So the little I'm getting here in Canada, the little people are getting here in Canada for how expensive it is probably why people decide to stay back here. I mean, people are leaving too, but to where? If I leave Canada, where am I supposed to go? Nigeria? No, please. America? No, thanks. United Kingdom? Probably not. So I'll stay here. People that want to leave and they have options, kudos to them, good for them, I'm happy for them. But for me and some other people, we'll still stay here and we're going to survive it. This is the final question that I have, and it says, please, can I defer my admission to work for some months before starting school? Do I have no one that, because I have no one that will pay my tuition here in Nigeria and I really want to come to Canada. People do this. I do not advise it. I advise that when you're coming to Canada, you have at least 1 year tuition and cost of living, because things are not as easy as you think they are here. Deferring your admission, people do it every time. People come to Canada without tuition fees, or they come with $2,000 and they figure their life out and they make it, they become citizens. But is it hard? Definitely hard. It is way harder than people who come here and they're funded. I don't advise this. It's your decision to make at the end of the day, but I personally do not advise this. I understand that Nigeria is hard, but coming here and doing this too is pretty hard. It's your choice to make. I don't advise it. People do it, they survive it, but I do not advise it. Anyway, that's my last question. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I've been meaning to do a question and answer. Maybe I'm gonna do it more often. But thanks guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.